Hi everybody, welcome back, and if this is your first time, welcome. My name is Haddad, and today I'm very tired because I slept like doo-doo last night. So today's going to be a quicker video and very casual. I'm just going to talk about something that I was thinking about this morning. Lately, I have felt like I'm good. I don't mean like at a skill. I wish that was the case. I'm good. I'm in a good place. I feel pretty happy. Nothing's, not nothing, but life isn't perfect, but the things that aren't perfect aren't, great big deals. And I feel healthy enough right now that even the things that are upsetting aren't controlling me. There's one thing in particular that I'm thinking about more than I would like to think about, but it's not ruining my day. You know what I mean? Didn't ruin my yesterday or the day before that. So what I was thinking about is that I'm proud of myself for that. I can't take full credit because I feel that I've just sort of stumbled into this place in my life, and I'll probably stumble out of it and have to find my way back. That's just how it goes. But I've done some of the work intentionally to end up here. Some of it was accidental. Some of it was, everybody in my life, you guys included. So, like I said, can't take full credit. But I don't know what that was. Hair in my mouth, I guess. But I made it look like I was blowing something out of like a blowgun, like I'm hunting in the Amazon. So I really am tired. I've struggled my whole life to allow myself to be outwardly happy with how I'm doing because I am embarrassed when I feel that way. I feel like I'm bragging. I have always avoided seeming like I'm bragging. I don't know why, because I see people who are proud of themselves and don't seem to mind complimenting themselves. And yeah, it's definitely off-putting sometimes, but most of the time I'm like happy for them. And I like respect them. I'm like, wow, they must have whatever to get there, worked hard, and good for them. And when somebody's walking around like can't shut up about how great they are, probably they're not really feeling that way. They're terribly insecure and they're just trying to convince you that they have value. But I've never felt comfortable complimenting myself. I've definitely never felt comfortable with people complimenting me. And I think a lot of it is that I've spent so much of my, preteen, teen, young adult life getting my shit together and then tearing it down again because of addiction. So, very up and down. I didn't learn to trust that stuff could be okay and stay that way. And when stuff had been okay for a while, it was like, okay, but when is it not going to be? And this is the longest period of time that stuff has been okay. Even during the darker periods, it's not been at all as bad or even close to as bad as active addiction or, being in prison or the 8-9 months waiting to be sentenced to go to prison. And I was thinking this morning that the dialogue in my head has been really different this last week, and it's been different on purpose. At the beginning of the week, I was feeling hopeful, but I can't say that I was feeling as positive as I am now. And I was being really, really, really harsh on myself. Here we go again with food. Ate some stuff I didn't want to, wanted to, but didn't want to, you know what I mean? A couple other things, felt like I wasn't trying as hard as I could in some areas, whatever. And the internal critic was on fire. He was on his A game. And after probably 3, 4, 5 days of that, I literally was in the car driving in my truck with Nolly, and I just started yelling at myself. Yelling at that voice, telling it to shut up, countering its argument. I had finally had enough. So when it was saying stuff like, oh, you shouldn't have eaten that, I would yell, and I would literally make fun of this voice as though it was a different person that was trying to hurt my feelings. And I would say things like, that's the best you've got. I have many different occasions, gotten on a healthy diet, not let something as small as, oops, a cookie get me down, just naming things. providing evidence to the contrary of what this negative internal critic was saying to me. And it was fun. It's been a while since I've just made fun of somebody. It's not even that I try not to do that anymore. It's just, I guess it's just because I'm not in the comedy scene as much, and it's not normal to walk around making fun of people. But I really felt like that's what I was doing. I was tearing this person apart. And as I did that, as I talked to myself out loud, talked to it, whatever, out loud, both of it's me, obviously, but talked to it out loud, I realized that voice, that internal critic, is 100% fear-based. And it was almost like when I started yelling at it, that it showed its true colors, which was that it was this docile, timid little kid almost, and I started to feel bad. And I was like, you got to pack up your stuff and leave. And then I was like, but if you change your tune, you can stay, but you got to be perfect. And I don't mean 95%, I mean 100%. You mess up again and you're out. It was very strange, but it seemed to work. And for the rest of the week, I've been on my side. And I'm proud of myself for it. And I feel like today's lesson, and probably the lesson for the next whatever, however many, hopefully weeks or whatever, that I feel like I'm doing well. The lesson is becoming more and more comfortable, feeling adequate, complimenting myself. And it's not like I have to sit around all day like, you're pretty great. But I think it's okay. I know it's okay to be happy with how you're behaving in your life. And this is probably not a lesson to most people. Maybe, I don't know about most, but a lot of people know this. It's not even a question of how do I do it, or can I, should I, am I allowed, they just do it because it feels good. It's normal and they deserve to be proud. And I think there's some people like myself, and I don't mean people with substance abuse disorder, but just whatever, people wired like me in certain ways. And we've spent a long time being mean to ourselves and not content. And I'm really happy about this seeming comfortable middle ground where I'm happy with myself, but I am also trying to push myself. It's not like I'm happy with myself, so now I can rest on my laurels and don't do anything, and then it'll just, then it's just a countdown to feeling bad again because I haven't continued to push myself. So it's like this area where I'm doing both. Like I said, short video today. I'm a little sorry that it is so short. I wish I had more to say today about this. But its brevity is not indicative of its importance. I do think that this is a real thing for me, and hopefully some of you too, to feel decent more consistently. Because I guess that's the goal, right? I mean, there's a lot of goals that, and they don't all have to do with me and my feelings, but the ones that do, that's the goal, right? Is to be content, but also be fulfilled because you're pushing forward in areas that matter to you. What's the point of life? I'm not saying I cracked the code this morning on 4 hours of sleep. I just mean, really though, outside of external goals, like I want to start a family, or I want to, get the promotion and be the whatever of this company, or I want to blah, blah, blah. I can't think of goals right now. The ones having to do with yourself, for me, it's like, I want to live a life where I feel that I'm challenging myself in an effective way, and in a fair way, as fair as it can be, because I'm the only one that can choose how, fairly I treat myself, but also that I would be happy at the same time, or at least okay sitting in a room by myself. Like it's, every time I'm in a room by myself, it's not me and my worst enemy. That kind of thing is welcome to go. And right now it feels like it is, and it's an adjustment. So And I also realized this morning that I do this, this unrelated good news thing that I've started doing the last month or whatever. Like I say, today's unrelated good news as though I do it every day. I don't do it every day. And maybe it makes sense that I would, because it's today's unrelated good news, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. So I'm sorry if somebody out there is thinking, why does he say today if it just seems to happen like every other day or every third day? Well, that's because a lot of shit that I do doesn't make sense. And I'm comfortable with it, and it's fine, and I don't want to ask people to subscribe every day. Maybe later I will, and then I'll have good news every day. But there's always good news. You don't need me to tell you it. So lay off. Take care of yourselves. Have a good day.